So my wrestling name is Krystal Moon. I currently live in Kitchener, Ontario, but I'm originally from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. So growing up, I used to watch wrestling a lot with my older sister, Veronica. I kind of grew up on it, the Raw, SmackDown, when I was a kid, and used to watch together as a big bonding moment. And that's kind of when I started really getting into wrestling and watching wrestling. But seeing people like Kane and Rey Mysterio and like these larger than life characters, I'm like, oh, these people are so cool. They get to do all this cool stuff, and that's really like piqued my interest. So to be honest with you, I didn't really know much about like independent scene or that I could actually do this. I just saw it on TV, like WWE, and I just thought, I was like, okay, it just happens, right? Like, and then I did more research. Like, I went to school and I have a degree in political science, and I did the whole typical thing. And I left a pretty abusive relationship, and I survived it. And I decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna live my life the way that I want it to. So I decided to research it, and I found a gym in Kitchener to start training, and that was freaking 8 years ago almost now that I started training. So I packed all my things and I left all my family in Sault Ste. Marie to come down and do this. And yeah, but my influences, obviously, like Kane, he was just this larger than life character, and he just looked really cool. Rey Mysterio, I really definitely felt with him, just because he was obviously on the smaller size and he was quick and speedy, and that was kind of my thing. I was always the smallest in class and misunderstood because I was so small, and I'm the smallest in my family. And then Eddie Guerrero, just incredible, like his emotion with wrestling and his character and who he is, and he just lived and breathed wrestling, and that's what I wanted to do. I do have a few things, but obviously the travel. I love traveling. I love being on the road, as grueling as it can be. It's great to see all these places, and I get to do it for what I love, and I get kind of paid to do what I love. And I get to be someone other than me as Lacey. But also, some of the people that I met in wrestling are my best friends that I'll probably have my entire life. Like, I met some of the most incredible people. I lost a lot of friends from back home doing this for different reasons. But I just gained a really core group of guys that really support me and understand my life, and we can talk about everything and anything. And I think that's my favorite part, is just the people that I've met along the way. Yeah, there's a lot. It's funny enough, we're at PWO currently, where I am actually the only female on the roster actively. So obviously there's challenges in that, of getting matches and getting more women on the card. But in most shows, there's only one women's match, so it's usually only two women on the show, or like maybe it's a tag match, so there's 4 in total. And then the rest of the card are men, so 7 out of 8 matches are men. So it's hard to get those opportunities, but I find the biggest thing, just because I'm a little bit older in age, I get the comments of like, how much time do you really have left in this business? Or how much longer do you think your body's gonna hold up? And, well, do you want a family? What about kids? Like, are you gonna take time off for that? So there's questions that I get asked, and challenges that I have to go through that I don't think men really think about in terms of that. And honestly, I just ignore it. Like, I'm gonna keep pushing it as long as my body's gonna keep pushing it. And I'm not thinking about kids, I'm thinking about wrestling and where my next show is, and thinking in my head of like, are you asking the men wrestlers this? Because I don't think you are. But I just ignore a lot of it, and I just keep going, and I prove that I belong in the ring, and have a great match. That's all I can do. I think now it's incredible. We're in main storylines. Like for me, for example, like I said, it kind of sucks that I'm the only female on the roster, but I'm also being put into positions that I'm very fortunate to have, that maybe 10 years ago I wouldn't be in the position of maybe being in the main title picture or an open weight division picture. I've also held titles in this promotion that no women has. I was recently in the Iron Cup tournament. I was the first female in the 7 or 9 years that this company has been around. So we're definitely changing the game. And you look at some of the wrestlers on the independent scene, even in the area, like look at Jody Threat and Alexia Nicole in the area. They're absolutely killing it, and they're putting on the best matches on the card. And we're mixing up with the men, and we're showing them that we're meant to be here, and we're gonna kick your ass, and we're gonna probably have a better match than you. So yeah, it's great. Just like I feel like we're not seen as we were 10 years ago, or what we saw in the Attitude Era, right? Like we're not having those matches. So it's just great. Yeah, like I'm gonna touch on PWO specifically, just because they've really have kind of really put their faith in me and letting me, break some barriers. Like I was the first woman to hold a championship here. I won the trios championships with the rest of Empire, which was really great. I also was the first female to hold a singles title with the internet title, which I held for many months, which I'm super proud of. And I've had some of my best matches holding that title. And then, yeah, I was able to enter the Iron Cup tournament as the first female, which is absolutely incredible, and I don't take it lightly. And I know that I have a lot to prove, but I also have a lot riding on the position that I've been earned but given here at PWO. So those really hold dear to my heart, and the whole locker room is behind me, and I have all their support, and I have the crowd support as well. So. What does inclusivity in wrestling mean to me? Yeah, I just welcoming everybody and anybody, not caring what your gender, what you identify as, what your skin color is, how you dress, how you act. Like as long as you're a good human being, and you have the work ethic and you want to be here, I feel like you should be included in wrestling. I feel like Ontario and Canada is pretty inclusive, but I do feel like we could be, and there's always improvement. I feel like there could be more women matches or more intergender matches, maybe more intergender tag teams, because that's always a cool dynamic and a cool different look. I also feel like maybe there could be more trans wrestlers coming in. There may not be many out trans wrestlers in Ontario right now, but I know just traveling in the States, there's a lot of great trans wrestlers that could be coming into Canada that could be given a great show. Like I've been traveling in Indiana a lot, and one of my favorite people that I've met and I got to wrestle is her name is Storm, and she's a trans wrestler, and she's absolutely incredible, and she can tear it up, and I really want her to come over here and show what she's got. So I think just being able to bring more in to spice it up, I think that could really be good in Ontario. Yeah, so my goals moving forward, I think just traveling more and getting my name out there, and maybe being able to do it more on a regular basis. Like I'm wrestling every weekend, which is great, and that's what people want, but being able to maybe step back from my full-time job that I have, my regular job, and maybe do this more and get more in Canada. Like I would love to go out west and out east. I've been out east a few times, but I would love to go out west and obviously travel in the US. That's the name of the game, right? If we want to kind of get anywhere in wrestling, you gotta maybe travel a little bit more in the US, and that's what I'm hoping to do. Yeah, and to what I want to leave my mark, I just feel like I want to show that like you can do anything you set your mind to. Like when I first started, I definitely wasn't the most athletic. I started later in life, and I pushed through it, and I knew what I wanted, and I kept going for it, and I trained, and I worked really, really hard to get where I'm at. And I just want to like let people know that I'm a hard worker, and hard work gets you places. And you know, just to keep going. You may not get it right away, but it'll come. Like trust me, it'll come, and don't give up. And I kind of just want people to remember me by that. So as John Cena-esque as that sounds. Yeah, so I have two that I'll touch on. One is my match. It's my 30-minute Iron Woman match with Alexia Nicole at Crossbody a few years ago. It was just after pandemic, I believe, where I won the Crossbody Women's Championship. Wrestled for 30 minutes against, I would hands down say the best, I wouldn't even say female, the best Canadian wrestler, I believe, unsigned, which is crazy to me that she's not signed, in Alexia Nicole. And I think it was just her and I wrestled for a few years before that, leading up to this, and this was this big moment, the big heel versus the big baby face, 30-minute Iron Woman match. We got to main event the show, the first Iron Woman match in the promotion's history. And yeah, I just have incredible chemistry with her. And like I said, she is absolutely incredible inside and outside of the ring, so that makes it 10 times better. And we just had this energy throughout the match, and it didn't feel like 30 minutes, but we wrestled 30 minutes. And then after, spoiler alert, after I won the title, all my friends came out and congratulated me, and I had this really big moment, and I got overly emotional. Like, I'm not a super emotional person. I tend to keep my emotions in check, but I just lost it between the exhaustion from the match and like the years coming up to that, and then seeing all my friends come out to congratulate me. It was definitely emotional for me, so that was probably my favorite match. But a close second actually is more recently, it's at PWO. It was against Travis Moore. It was an internet title match. I was defending my title. Travis is one of my really good friends, another incredible wrestler here in Ontario, and we just went out and beat the hell out of each other because we trusted each other and we love each other as friends, and we killed it. We also had Kingdom James on the outside, who's an incredible manager, and he also wrestled for many years before that. But the atmosphere in the venue here was incredible. We had a lot of young female fans in the crowd that were cheering for me. So like when he was putting on heat, he was being mean to me, they were booing and screaming and yelling and threatening him and swearing at him. So it was just like this incredible feeling. But and even though I lost the belt, the atmosphere just felt absolutely incredible. And that match, I think, made people realize, like, oh, she can go, and she has a following, and people understand what she's trying to do here. So that match, I think, really propelled me into the next level here at PWO. So. Yeah, just again, just if you really love it and you really want to do it. Like, find a really good gym that you feel safe at, that has a really good group of people, and that believes the same things that you believe in, which I find super important. And don't let what people say to you get to you. I know it's hard. Trust me, there was times where I let it get to me, and I almost quit multiple times and wanted to go home and pack my things. But you just keep pushing it and do it because you want to do it and that you love it. We need more women in wrestling, 100%, especially in Ontario, because I want to wrestle everybody. I want to wrestle more women. But yeah, just if you love it, keep doing it. And you're, like I said, it's going to feel hard and it's going to feel impossible, but you're going to break through it, and you're going to find your group of people and your promotions that believe in you and that want to help you and want you to succeed. And just go with your gut. Just go with your gut.